When Mercedes Moné steps into the ring, you can be sure something monumental is about to happen. From her entrance to her in-ring work, she commands attention. But it's not just her wrestling that makes waves, it's the way she continually reshapes the industry, creating unforgettable moments that leave fans in awe. Today, we're diving into exactly what has made Mercedes Moné a force to be reckoned with in the world of professional wrestling. From her groundbreaking achievements to her unmatched influence, Mercedes has done it again. But what exactly is that incredible feat? Let's take a closer look at the unrelenting brilliance and impact of the CEO, and why the world of wrestling can't stop talking about her. Mercedes Moné's influence on pro wrestling is undeniable, and her mark extends far beyond the accolades she's accumulated in the ring. She holds a special place in history, and it's not just because of her championship reigns or her incredible wrestling ability. No, Mercedes is more than that. She is a symbol of progress, breaking barriers and setting new standards for what it means to be a trailblazer in the industry. Let's talk about one of her defining moments, WrestleMania 37. Mercedes and Bianca Belair made history as the first two black women to ever headline WWE's premier event. It wasn't just a win for them, it was a win for representation in the world of professional wrestling. This achievement went beyond personal glory, it was a cultural shift, a moment that changed the course of history and gave hope to future generations of wrestlers. The significance of that moment can't be overstated. Two black women in the spotlight, taking the stage at WrestleMania, sending a powerful message to the world that talent knows no race, gender, or limitation. It was a historic step for the entire industry, and Mercedes was right at the forefront of that change. But what truly sets Mercedes Moné apart is her commitment to lifting up others, making sure the spotlight doesn't just shine on her but on those who deserve it. She's never been content to simply be great herself, she has always worked to elevate the people around her. Sure, critics love to nitpick her work, questioning her decisions or debating her wrestling style, but the truth is that Mercedes has been doing the work to change the landscape of women's wrestling. Her dedication to not only making herself better but also pushing for others to succeed is what makes her such a revolutionary figure in the business. A perfect example of this is her collaboration with Stephanie Walker. Walker had been toiling away in Mexico for years, trying to make a name for herself. It wasn't until she shared the ring with Mercedes at Forbidden Door in 2024 that her career truly took off. Prior to that, WWE had passed on Walker after a tryout, but after working with Mercedes, it caught the attention of WWE's higher-ups. The rest, as they say, is history. Walker is now a top star in WWE, currently holding the NXT Women's Championship. This is all thanks to the spotlight Mercedes helped shine on her, proving yet again that she's not just focused on her own success, she's focused on making sure others get their shot too. Mercedes Moné's reach extends far beyond just one company. She's made waves in AEW, sure, but she's also put in the work abroad. From Mexico to the UK, Mercedes has carved out a place for herself on the global wrestling scene. She's not just content to dominate in one country, she's taking over the world, and she's doing it in a way that helps elevate women's wrestling everywhere. She's the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Champion, adding another title to her already impressive collection. But it's not just about the titles, it's about the impact she's making on the indie circuit. She's worked shows for companies like House of Glory, and she even gave Indy Hartwell, who was released by WWE, her first match after her release. That's what makes Mercedes different from so many others, her willingness to give back and ensure the next generation of wrestlers has the chance to shine. Mercedes isn't just about making history, she's about breaking records and setting new standards along the way. Recently, she received some attention from wrestling journalist Dave Meltzer, who pointed out an incredible milestone Mercedes is about to achieve. On June 18, 2024, Mercedes will make history yet again by being one of the few wrestlers to compete in four of the most iconic wrestling venues: Madison Square Garden, the Tokyo Dome, Wembley Stadium, and Arena Mexico. No woman has ever competed in all four venues, but Mercedes is about to change that. Her career is filled with groundbreaking moments, but this one is truly monumental. In addition to her upcoming AEW Grand Slam match, Mercedes is making her mark in other areas as well. On May 9, 2024, she will defend her New Japan Strong Women's Championship at Resurgence in a triple threat match against Azumi and Mina Shirakawa. This will be her fifth title defense since she won the title from Walker at Forbidden Door 2024. Every time she steps into the ring, she's not just defending a title, she's continuing to prove why she's one of the top stars in the world of wrestling. But it's not just the big events that define Mercedes Moné, it's the smaller moments that speak volumes about her character and her dedication to the business. At AEW's Double or Nothing event in 2024, Mercedes will celebrate the one-year anniversary of her in-ring debut. She made her AEW debut by winning the TBS Championship in a match against Willow Nightingale, and now, nearly a year later, she'll defend the title in a match against the winner of the Owen Hart Cup. This isn't just a big match, it's a celebration of the journey Mercedes has taken in AEW, and it's a reflection of how far she's come in a relatively short period of time. It's clear that Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, made the right decision when he signed Mercedes to a contract. Not only did he bring in one of the top female stars in the world, but he also gave her the freedom to pursue projects and work in companies that WWE would never allow. That freedom is a huge part of why Mercedes is able to work in Mexico, the UK, and even indie promotions like House of Glory. She's an independent contractor in every sense of the word, and that autonomy is something that has allowed her to thrive. Contrast that to WWE, where stars like Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch are rarely given the same kind of freedom. These stars are still working within the confines of WWE's strict schedule and promotion, but Mercedes has been given the opportunity to work with whoever she wants, whenever she wants, and on her own terms. That's something that has allowed her to be truly unique in this business. But all of this success and freedom comes at a cost. Mercedes is often the subject of criticism. Some say she's overrated, others claim she can't wrestle or cut a promo. It's a common narrative that many wrestlers face, and it's one that Mercedes has had to deal with throughout her career. But the truth is, Mercedes has done more for wrestling than most could ever imagine. She's not only elevated herself but also lifted others along the way. She's made it clear that she's about making wrestling better, not just for herself, but for the entire industry. One of the most telling moments of Mercedes Moné's career came during her match in New Japan in 2023. Mercedes got injured during the match, but instead of pushing through the pain and continuing with the original plan, she made the decision to change the finish of the match on the fly, allowing Willow Nightingale to win the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. It was a selfless act, one that put the promotion and the other talent above her own interests. It was a decision that solidified her as someone who doesn't just want to take, she wants to give back to the business that made her. So, what's next for Mercedes Moné? Well, it seems that the sky's the limit. She's already made history in countless ways, but if there's one thing we know about her, it's that she's never satisfied. She's always striving to do more, to break more barriers, and to elevate more talent along the way. Whether you love her or hate her, one thing is clear: Mercedes Moné has made an undeniable impact on the world of professional wrestling, and she's not done yet.